Hello, crafty critics. Welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm so glad you found my channel. This is the Crafty Critic, where we chat about all things movies and TV while getting creative together. If you love honest reactions, fun discussions, and a cozy vibe, you're in the right place. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a new upload. Now, grab your favorite craft or get comfortable and let's get into it. Let's get into Married at First Sight. Now, this is my first season watching this show, so I know that there's been some changes with like the host and the setup of how they do it, but I don't know how the show really goes, so this is my first time stepping into it, and so it's not really bothering me. I know it has been bothering some people. Now, I didn't cover the first episode, but if you guys do want to hear my take on the first episode, then let me know down in the comments, and I will. But from the first episode, we ended with Marissa and Adam, and they were at the altar while getting ready to get married. And Adam turns around and sees Marissa, and Marissa stops short in the middle of the runway, and she's like, I know him. So this next episode picks up right there. So anyway, after that happened, she basically was like, oh, okay, let's go. Like, she continued on with it or whatever, because apparently from what Adam is saying, a couple of years ago, he met her at a bar, and this just does not seem true. I don't really care for Adam. This does not seem true, because he said when he met her, he was like, you seem pretty attractive. Like, who says that? Like, watch, who says that?
I definitely recognize her. A couple of years ago, out at a bar, and I went up and was just like, hey, you seem really beautiful, would love to get to know you, and we just like exchanged numbers, and then we were just both really busy at the time, and we never went on a date. Can I hug you? I've definitely thought about her since.
So I don't believe that when he says that he was like, you seem really attractive. I don't know who says that. And then him saying that he definitely thought about her. Like, think about that real quick. Have you thought about anybody that you maybe had given it your number to, and then years later you're still thinking about them, that they never called or anything without ever seeing them? You're not in the same friends group. You're not on Facebook together. Nothing. No, that did not happen. Gaslighting like a motherfucker. Now, while I think that he was relieved that she's not ugly, that she's pretty, I just don't look at how he was walking. Just look at how she's holding him, and he's just stiff as a board. He's so rigid. And she had given him like a little shot of alcohol or whatever, and as her little gift or whatever, and he doesn't drink. So he's I know he's just gonna make that a big deal. He's just so rigid. I just don't like him.
I know some people that'll just like read for an entire weekend. I was like,
oh yeah. It was just a cute gift.
For sure.
Did you do the shot that I gave you?
I don't drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do your friends and family think?
My family's not here. They're like in Iceland now. They're like in Budapest, and then so my mom and I are in Budapest, and my dad is just out. I don't even know where, just like fucking hiking.
Okay.
All the way red flags. Not one family member could show up. Like, yeah, they could have had prior engagements, prior things going on before he decided that he was going to do this show. But I do not believe that there's not one person would come to your wedding. Your mom, your dad. He don't even know where his dad is. They were in Budapest. They were in Iceland, and they went to Budapest, and he don't even know where his dad is. Like, I just don't think that he's truthful at all. I think he went on this show so he can get some exposure. For what? I don't know, because he's just rigid. I don't know anybody who would want to date this guy. Like, he's so dull. But yeah, this is our first meeting of him as her husband. And tell me if you think this couple is going to do well. I don't, but I think it's going to be good TV. Next we have Tori and Felipe. Okay, now Tori is very pretty. She's super cute or whatever. Felipe, he says he had a glow up. I don't know. He's very goofy to me. I'm not saying that he's not an attractive guy, but he's just, I don't see the glow up. Like, but he's goofy and he's fun. So, this might be a good match, because she seems to be all into it and everything. They don't seem as stiff and rigid as the like some of the other couples where they're kind of standoffish with each other. These two actually seem like they vibe, together a lot. I don't know about the glow up. If this is the glow up, I can't even imagine what was pre glow up. And I thought it was pretty funny when Felipe's sister got up there and said, I'll be honest, I didn't think this day would come. Like, like she didn't think that her brother would ever get married. She was like, with that laugh of his, which is pretty funny.
Yes, I didn't think this day would come.
So yeah, they had a pretty nice wedding, and he said he loves to dance, and she want to see his dance moves, and they went pretty smoothly for the most part. So next we have Belle Jolie and Mecca. And we start off with Mecca's dad, Logic, talking to Belle. I'm not saying her name right. I hope so, but I'm gonna just say Belle. And he is like, so you feeling him or what? He's all in her face. Let me just say this. Okay, he thinks the show is for him. Clearly, he thinks the show is for him. I'm not gonna say that he would steal his son's wife. He would be the type to try. He probably in the past, maybe when in his prime and everything, may have stolen some women from his son, or at least attempted to. Because why are you all in her face? Okay, that is not your wife, your woman, and you keep worrying about how attracted she is to your son. It's weird. It's giving weird energy. And him at this wedding was very the speech to his son, just the speech to his son alone was so cringy, because it's one thing to play around and say a couple of little things about him when he was growing up and everything, and have some funny memories and everything, but he was like trashing him, really, like talking about all the like all the bad things. Like, I was like, oh my god, like, please sir, sit down.
She gave him the cheek. She's like, Belle, you gotta just say no. You gotta say, Belle, you say, hey.
I hope he doesn't feel embarrassed that I didn't kiss him right away.
No, I told him, he didn't not follow directions. I told him to ask.
No.
Now, he did not tell him to ask. I did not hear him. Did y'all hear him say ask? I did not hear him say that at all. He just basically said, if she gives you the cheek, she's weak. If she gives you the tongue, she's sprung. Some old childish, I don't know what that was. Like, grow up. Grow up, Peter Pan. For real, grow up. The conversation Mecca was having with his boys when he was talking about me and her, the honeymoon suite, do you think it's going to go down? And they're telling him, like, they're stroking his ego, and he's like, no, he don't feel like she feeling him like that or whatever. Like, bruh, calm down. Because at this point, it's seeming like, did you come on here to get some? Okay, because she just met you. Y'all, I know y'all got married, which is crazy to me, because I could not do this, because it's gonna be so awkward with somebody you don't even know. Like, when it's like this, when you go to the honeymoon suite, is he gonna expect something and you not even feeling him, don't know nothing about him? This is not like no one night stand type thing. And just that whole line of questioning what to expect and everything, like, why are you talking to your boys about that? And why are you expecting anything? Like, y'all just met. Calm down. Get to know her. That should not be the first thing that you're thinking about, but these men are childish. So Mecca's like, he don't know how the night's going to go. He don't know what to expect. And his friends telling him, like, you shouldn't have expectations. Like, talk about how well the wedding went, the night went and everything, and leave it at that. And of course, he's just like, like his face, like, boy, bye, you're not getting nothing. Okay, nothing. Cause she better not. Next is the matchmaking session for Courtney and Nick. Now, Nick has been on a couple of different dating shows. When I see him, not just dating shows, reality TV. When I seen him, I was like, I know him from something. And it's from The Circle. I can't remember everything that happened in The Circle, because I kind of stopped watching The Circle after they started getting ridiculous with all of bringing people back and all of that craziness. I stopped watching it. It was no longer entertaining. But yeah, so he was on that, and then he was on something called Perfect Match. I don't think I've ever seen that at all. But I was just like, so here he is again looking to find love. Okay, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, Courtney claims she's a conservative, and she wants someone else that is a conservative. And the and the host, he asked her about, January 6th, and she has no clue. She's like, can you fill me in on that? And I'm like, so yeah, there's that. So I was just like, but I think she's adorable, and I think that her and Nick look good together. I just don't know how she's going to feel about the whole him being on reality TV, as many times as he has. Now, Courtney comes from a family of bodybuilders, and she bodybuilt herself. Like, I don't know if she continues, she's still doing that, but, that's what her family is into. And she doesn't want a man that's into that. She wants a man that can drink. She wants a man that's not going to make her cover up and everything, be all modest. And she said if he plays any kind of sports, she's just going to fall over. He can have her and everything. So Nick, he plays lacrosse, and he does outside stuff and all. He's not no bodybuilder and everything, but he's a nice looking man. Now, they asked Nick if he's, about his political beliefs and stuff. And I think that's actually a good question and everything, because, if your political beliefs are totally different than mine and everything, we have a lot of problems. That's starting off with a lot of problems in a relationship, believe it or not. It's if any of you are really political anyway. If y'all don't care about politics or whatever, that's one thing. But he says that he's more conservative, but he's also liberal at times. He thinks liberally at times. So he's also quizzed and asked, can you give an example of something where you would lean more liberal and something you lean more conservative? And yeah, no, can't think of anything. Just like she couldn't remember what happened on January 6th. So yeah. Whatever, that's neither here nor there. That's a fight for them. That's something that they got to deal with. But I was just like, okay, not believing either one of you. That, or they just don't want to say certain things on camera because, they don't want to be canceled or talked about. I don't know. So there's that also. Nick is talking to his boys, and they're like, okay, so what if she, recognizes you from TV? And he's like, oh, well, I'm hoping that I prefer that she doesn't recognize me. And he's like, the life of a D-list celebrity. And I'm like, boy, bye. It's so funny because later on in the episode, he talks about he don't want them to know, but yet that's all they keep talking about. It's like bringing it up. I believe he brought it up in the first place, and I'm like, I thought you didn't want her to know, but yet y'all keep talking about it. Like, okay. He wants to be recognized so bad, even though it doesn't even matter if it puts like a bad light on him. So his boys asks him if he's prepared any type of speech for her dad. And he's like, no, I didn't prepare anything. I feel like, he's just going to wing it because he feels like real life, like you just say what you need to say. Like he didn't need to have a speech prepared. And so I think that either way it's fine. If you have a speech prepared and so you don't, but you do risk the chance of being, seen as not authentic than just speaking your mind. So I get why someone would say, to have something scripted and ready so you remember all your everything you want to say, all your points at that moment. But I also get speaking from your heart. I think that's more genuine. When these two meet, it's super cute because, he's like, excited and he's, happy with what he sees, and she's just like, whoo, like, I'm ready. Like, so they are actually adorable. That does not mean that they're going to make it, but it's cute. Then it was funny because, like, the officiant was, like, just not saying anything. So these two was like, so do we kiss now? And then when they went in to go for the kiss without him saying, you may kiss your bride, then the officiant started talking. It was like, Nick, and he was like, it was her idea. And she was like, we were just going to go for it. And then he finally says, because I was like, did you not know you were next? So he said, you may kiss your bride. And then he did. It was funny. It was a cute little moment.
so it kind of eased her into the
I love
idea.
that. But your friends, how were they?
Most of them were instantly supportive.
Yeah.
I did like a reality show a few years ago, and like some of my really good friends.
So yeah, there's that. Him not wanting her to know that he did reality TV. So why do you say that you don't want her to know, and then you turn around and tell her? Okay, bye. He wants to be known so bad. So I don't know. I don't know if he's authentic when it comes to wanting to be married. I just don't buy it. I think it's so that he could be on another show, but we will see as time goes on. So naturally, she asks, what kind of reality TV did you do? And he said he wasn't dating. It was The Circle. And she was like, oh, that's fine, even if it was dating. But wasn't you on The Perfect Match? Did you not do a dating one? I don't know if he did more than one dating show, but isn't that a dating show? So already out the gate, you are lying. Why? Like, just so she said, if that's fine, you should have just came clean. So I don't like people that lie, even if you omit the truth, that's still lying. So he's not starting off really good. It was funny though when he was like explaining to her about The Circle, and he was saying that his best friend now is someone he met from The Circle who was catfishing as a female and kept calling him Daddy Nick. And I do remember that. And I think that that's pretty cool that they stayed friends, and not only friends, that they're best friends. But I thought it was hilarious. So next up is Michelle, the matchmaking session for Michelle. So when she was 26, she was diagnosed with fibroids. So she ended up freezing her eggs, which was smart because she's, very scared that she may not be able to have children. Michelle wants someone that's tall and good looking, and not too much. She doesn't have too much that she's asking for. She's just like, please be tall and please be good looking. So she gets paired up with Cameron, who is very, very tall, athletic. He played basketball. He is a basketball coach. So she definitely got her tall, and she got her good looking. He's a right looking guy. He's very awkward, but then sometimes she gives off awkward too, and her little dimples are just so daggone adorable. So one of his big red flags to me anyway is that he's never been in a long-term relationship. And that's a problem, because if you've never been in a long-term relationship, you did not stick around for that relationship to really have problems, or it started having problems right away, which is also a problem. You didn't bother to stick it out and deal with them. Like, there's a reason why you have not had long-term relationships. Like, not one. That's red flags to me. He talks about one time meeting a girl in a coffee shop that she asked him to watch her laptop so she can go to the bathroom. He took that as an opportunity to ask her out. And they said, well, how did that go? And he was like, she ghosted me. And he's like, I think if you say that you're ready for a relationship, you should be ready for a relationship. Like, I don't know. If he got ghosted, look at his face. If he got ghosted, there's a reason. There's a reason, my guy. You got ghosted for a reason. I do like the fact that he says that he likes to date with intent. And Courtney, on the other hand, she is also a type of person that wants to commit and don't want to be the only one that wants to. So it's almost, they're definitely saying the same things on that level. They both feel the same way. But, he mentions wanting to have kids and stuff like that and all. So I don't know if this is going to be a problem or an issue with him. If he wants to have children and there's a possibility that she can't have any. And I know she froze her eggs, but that does not mean that you're guaranteed to have children. And plus, it's super expensive. So that's going to be another struggle. So we're going to see if these two are going to struggle with that, or if they're going to fall in love, and that's not going to be an issue.
Your bride has arrived.
How we doing?
Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Finally, wow. Look, we're here. This is wild.
Now, I feel like his mom was more excited to see her and say, oh, she's darling. And she came in with her little horse and carriage, as she did. And I don't know. I did not get instant sparks from him for her. So I don't know. Maybe he's just awkward. Maybe he's just the moment is kind of, it's, I know that's nerve wracking, but I don't know. I'm not getting instant sparks from him. What do you guys think? Then we cut back over to Marissa and Adam's wedding. They're like in the whole process of celebrating. Now, one of her bridesmaids gets up there and she does a little speech and she's saying different things about her, his wife. And she's like, when they go to bars, she arm wrestles guys and everything that she says, this man's face is like ill. Okay, like it's beneath him. Like he does not like this girl even a little bit. Okay, not even a little bit. He's everything he doesn't even he barely cracks a smile. Like it's just this couple is not gonna be good. I'm telling you, it's gonna be some made for TV type stuff here because this man here, I don't know, something's not right. And like, how could you not even celebrate anything about her or laugh at anything about her? Yeah, I don't think he likes her at all. Like, he don't like anything about her, and that's gonna be a problem because either he's gonna try to change her or it's just going to be a disaster. And either way, it's probably going to be a disaster because she don't seem like the type that can be pushed around. And I feel like he's going to try it. Just look at his face expressions. This is during his wedding. That what is going on? Like, he's not all the way there. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe he's a narcissist. I don't know. But there's something not there in his eyes. I'm just saying. I see it. And I feel like we're going to see it later on. I don't understand why these matchmakers paired these two together when they're doing the toast, he toasts with water and they toast with champagne and all. And I'm also not a drinker, so, everybody knows this about me or whatever. So I get that part, but why match them up together when you know that he seems to have a problem? Like, it's one thing, like, if since I don't drink, I don't care that my fiance drinks. I don't care, if people drink around me, like, but he seems to also care. But I don't know, maybe he's gonna make it a big deal, maybe he's not, but he made a big deal when he got that little shot thing as a gift. So I'm thinking he's just gonna make it a big deal. But like, it's one thing for you not to, but for you to act like this because somebody else does, I don't know.
Adam, could I trouble you, sir, to come on up here and tickle the ivories?
What does that mean?
Piano keys.
Oh.
In episode 1, he kind of warmed up his hand by the fire and stuff, and so he could play the piano, and he was just going on and on about this piano. Now he gets asked during his wedding to tickle the ivories. I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. So he gets up there and he says that he is going to play something for his wife. He does not play anything romantic or anything sweet. This is what he plays.
This is for Marissa.
This is so good. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna learn piano apparently. He's like so talented. Yeah, to like know this many notes.
Quick pay.
So yeah, what kind of song is that? That's like, and I know he don't know anything about her or anything like that, but that's not something romantic that you play at your wedding anyway. Then you would think he would be done being the entertainment or whatever, right? As I feel like he had this scripted, like he told his boys to tell him to play, because they just happen to have a piano at his. They just happen to have a piano at his wedding. And I don't know, I kind of wonder, can he play anything, or if he just memorized certain ones? But let me hush. I don't know. But anyway, he continues to play.
Little Chopin.
Oh, he's gonna go another.
He's got the entertainer. Yeah, wow. He is talented.
Yeah, enough of that. Because I already had to sit through it once. I'm not about to do it again, but it's almost over anyway. But yeah, read the room. Read the room, dude. Nobody wants to hear that. It's a wedding. It's a happy occasion, and you're like bringing everybody down. People nodding off. They're laughing. Like she couldn't even contain herself. Cause, bruh, like? Please go sit down. Like, we want to hear some upbeat music. Where's the DJ? Cue DJ. Like, get off the piano. Nobody cares. So now we move on to Dr. Sean. And he's not an actual, like, physician doctor. Dr. Sean Bess. That's his name. But we're going to be calling him Sean. So he is looking for someone, of course, smart, intelligent, and beautiful. And they're going to pair him up with Nikki, who is 46. And she's saying, that it's hard for her to find men because men will look, but, sometimes they're scared to, like, actually walk over and, speak to her. And some of us have, like, resting bitch face. So sometimes, it can be kind of intimidating for men to walk up and, to approach a woman. And especially, like, one that they consider out of their league maybe or high class or whatever. So she's having a difficulty finding her a partner. So that's why she ended up here. So they both seem to have prioritized other things in their life. Her and her career. Him the same thing, and so neither one of them ended up settling down. And he's 48, and he's saying that he wouldn't mind children, and he's even open to adoption. That's because both of them are at an age where. I don't know. Should you be getting children at this time? Because not saying that it can't happen and don't happen for couples. It's really, you're going to get to a point where you're slowing down in life and, trying to chase around a little toddler, or if it ain't a grandchild that you can send back with the parents, this gets a little bit difficult. And, of course, women, it gets more difficult as you age to have children. It's more of a high risk pregnancy. So, that's their concern. But, he's at least open to adoption.
I've always wanted to have children of my own.
You do?
Yes. I don't know if that's available to me.
Okay.
And I know that a lot is possible with a little prayer and science.
I want children. I'm open to adoption. If we were to somehow have a honeymoon baby, I would be ready to go.
So he'd be open to having a honeymoon baby. But he's 5. I think he's 5'9", and she wants a really tall man. But let's continue, because anyway, she wants someone really tall. That's what she's into. She's saying she's sapiosexual. I am too. And if you don't know, that's someone that is sexually attracted to someone with intellect, intelligence. You're attracted to more to the brain than the person. However, she wants someone tall, and this guy is not. And on top of that, he's not really, in shape. The way he kind of talks is not very, like, masculine to some women. And, not saying that he's not masculine, but, he's, he points out that, he lost his virginity at 21. And then I think he didn't, have sex again until like 28, which is not a problem. Like, you don't have to be running around giving yourself to everybody. That's not a problem. But you can see he's more, I don't know. He's not really her type on the eye. So I don't know about these two. He's joking around and saying he wants this to be the best honeymoon ever, which people would, and he's saying, he wants her to have like the best orgasm. And I'm like, oh, dude, you really think y'all going there for the honeymoon? And like, I don't know. Maybe if you was Idris, she might, but no, sir. I don't see that happening for you. These dudes really be thinking that that's what they're here for. I don't know. And it's really awkward to me. Like, you don't even know her. So, no.
The long legs. I grew up Christian like you never would believe. My dad was a pastor.
Okay.
So I was very sexually deprived and told not to talk about it for most of my childhood and early adult life. So it was around 28, 29 that I began discovering what sensuality and sexuality was for me.
So his ideal woman would be like Lisa Leslie, basketball star. And, he loves the long legs and stuff like that and all, even though he an itty bitty. He an itty bitty man. So, and hey, some short guys do love really tall women, and some tall women don't mind short men. I've never been the type to like somebody shorter than me or my height, really. You gotta at least be my height in heels, so when I take my heels off, you're taller. But I'm only 5 feet, so it's not that hard for anybody to be taller than me, but I'm just saying.
Exactly on height.
Stereotypical 6 feet. You want someone that sort of towers over you and you feel like a little woman. But I've also dated men who weren't 6 feet and who were amazing, and they were towering in more important ways, like their intelligence or their wit. I guess I'm a sapiosexual.
So basically, translation for her would be, she wants the tall man that can protect you and you feel safe with, but she's dated men that's not super tall and that, she gets that fulfillment in other ways, with intellect and stuff like that. But still, basically, if you're not going to be the 6 foot towering man to be protective or whatever, you need to also bring the intelligence and good looks. That's what it feels like. It's like, okay, I can substitute your height if you're still good looking and pleasing to my eye and you're intelligent, we can still do that. But I don't know why they paired her with him. I just don't. Is this for TV, or are you really looking out for her? Because I don't see how that's a match at all. Like, it's like she's not going to be attracted to someone. Like, I feel like they did pretty good with the other couples and then kind of like played in her face. That's how I feel to me. And he's not a bad looking man. He's just not an attractive man for her. Like, he's not her flow, her type. So I don't understand why they paired them together, but we'll see how that goes. So she, goes on to say that she was born to teenage parents, and, they struggled growing up. She struggled, they didn't have money and everything. So she climbed that corporate ladder, and she's like head HR in her company, and she is making bank. And best believe she wants someone else that's also making bank.
That put me in a place that I am in today.
What is your income?
$250 to $350.
What is the minimum range for your partner?
$250.
Do you know what the average salary is in the United States?
Yes, I've heard all the stats.
Is that at 64? So at 200, why is that not acceptable? And this is a no judgment, so I'm not going to push back on this. I just want to understand the logic.
I've worked hard to attain a certain level of financial success, and I've been in situations where the earning delta started to emasculate him.
So this is a deal breaker.
I maybe would be open to 200.
Okay.
So her floor is 200. Okay, so if you're not making at least that, you can get out her face. She ain't got no time to play. And I like that. I love that for her, because she actually said she makes 250 to 350,000. That is awesome. In America, that is freaking awesome. And I understand that she's not about to play about her money, and she don't want him sitting there being salty that she's making more money than him. And that's a lot of men can. They tend to be like that or whatever. So he has to have the height. He needs to have at least 200K, and he needs to be intelligent. All things that I mean, that's a perfect man. I don't know what they were doing. And I'm not saying he's not financially stable and everything, but I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see. Now, they do ask him, to his credit, how does he feel about being a provider? And he said that, he doesn't mind being a provider. He don't mind paying the bills, that he has dated women that made more money than him, and he never felt any type of way, never made her feel any type of way. So he is at least open to that. He don't mind. But I don't know why you would be mad that someone's making more money than you anyway, especially if she ain't got a problem with it. So Sean sends her a beautiful wedding gift. He writes a beautiful letter on her card, and he can't wait to start their life together. He gives her a little gold chain with a little heart with their wedding date on it. That's very sweet. He's very sweet. He's a very sweet person and everything. So it could work, but I feel like there's needs to be some type of an attraction, and especially since she didn't get to know him yet. I don't think that there's like not an initial attraction, and she loves this, like, you know, all the gifts and how sweet he was and everything. But let's get to it. And he also sends her this ring, and you know, she said, "Oh, I forgot that I chose this one." And she said, "Oh, I'm wearing his ring, and it's really big on her finger." So they're like, "Oh, you know." Trying to figure out if he got big hands and stuff, like hoping that he ain't also big to go with them hands, you know, and those fingers. And you know, one of them says, you know, at least we know he's tall. And she was like, we don't know that. So tall is a thing. She needs him to be tall. Okay, so she's like, we don't know that. Girl, ooh, she gonna be so disappointed.
Do you want a drink?
Yeah, I think they're coming around.
They're coming around? Okay, I'm going to say hi I haven't said hi to this table.
Go for it.
Would you like to know about CAM?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, Willamette is the oldest university in the West, period. It was founded in 1894.
Okay.
It's insane. CAM is the best player to ever play at Willamette, ever, period. It's not even close, not even close.
Well, you said he played pro, right? Across the
CAM guarded Steph Curry in a San Francisco Pro-Am on YouTube. YouTube it right now.
No way.
Cam is an absolute beast at basketball. And also, like, back in the day, I would not have endorsed him as a coach because he was young, he was immature. He's grown up so much. He's a phenomenal coach. He's phenomenal with kids. He's amazing. Cam is the real deal.
That's awesome that you guys have the best things to say about him, because that obviously makes me feel better about things too.
We only rehearsed it like a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So that's a total setup. That's a total setup. Okay, as soon as he walks away, he's giving rave reviews about him, like as if he's like reviewing a movie or something. Like, that was so awkward to me. Like, like, oh my God, get off it. Like, okay, you can say something, but he's the absolute best basketball player. Well, he'd probably be on the court right now. Okay, but anyway, like, he'd be playing pro if he's so good. Now, there's good basketball players that ain't pro. Let me stop hating. But it was a bit much in my eyes. We cut back over to Belle and Mecca, and you know, she's telling her friend and everything how, you know, first she seen the braids when she was walking out. She was like, a little worried, but he turned around and she was like, and then she was like, oh, like, he was cute. Then he smiled, and she was just like, ooh, okay, so she is attracted to him. And now they, you know, introducing his dad. Now, look at his father. Just look.
I have a little smile. He ate me up.
How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you
feel
feeling?
Good? Yeah, was my dad wearing you out over there?
Your dad is hilarious.
Oh, tell me about it.
How do you feel though? You good?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
That's my hubby.
Now I'd like to invite the father of the groom to share a few words.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, son, you wanted to be a track star, cross-country star. Then he wanted to be a basketball player. Oh. Then you wanted to be an FBI agent. And then you found out they get 1,000 resumes a month. So he went back to basketball when he went to college. And he tried out for the boys' basketball team.
Oh, no, you're not.
And he did not make the boys' basketball team.
I know you're not.
But he did become a D1 practice player for the girls' basketball team.
Oh my God! You never told me this.
He continues, I'm not going to play the whole thing or whatever. He continues to talk all of that about him, about his son. It's just so cringy to me. And I love people that could joke around. I'm a jokester, promise you, and everything. But, you know, he do say some nice things about him at the end, towards the end or whatever. And then he says something nice to her about welcome to the family. They love her and all. You know, it just was a lot of the negative. It's just like, you know, you throw one or two in there, like not even a negative, but memory or whatever. But he just sounded like a hater. He sounded like a hater. Now, her mom came up there, and she was like, she didn't play no game. She gave a beautiful speech.
Oh, Lord. Woo! Mama!
Belle Jolie, one thing the groom should know is that you have to eat all the time.
I'm not gonna play her whole speech and everything, but she meant that. He was joking and everything, but she's like, like basically, my child got to eat. Okay, she has grown. She's a beautiful woman and everything. Like we gonna feed her, you gonna feed her, and we gonna do this. This how it's gonna be. She always got to eat, and I love that she ate with this speech. So I was like, yes, mama.
Did you guys recognize Nick from the shows?
No.
He was on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Whoa! Okay, yes. We're big car people.
Oh, okay.
They big car people. I'm like, bruh, not that kind of drag racing, bruh. They gotta get out more. Like, what? I'd have been like, oh, she's slow. So they're like, yeah, no, not racing cars. It's about drag queens. And her friend is like, oh, like it's a joke, y'all. It's a joke. Nick's twin brother gets up there and he does his little speech, and he must be a fraternal twin because they don't look alike at all. And he's like, I'm his twin brother, his womb mate. So cheesy. Then he's all, I knew I'd be giving this speech one day. I just didn't know that it'd be like right now. I thought I had a few more years. He said, but a TV wedding, yeah, I knew like this is possible because he does love the spotlight. Just mad shade. So everyone's talking about it, and there's another girl. I want to say there was a female there, and she said, so how do y'all know each other? And he was like, from the first show. I'm like, bruh. And then so she's like, I'm gonna need a lot of drinks, because they was like, I think he's been on like 4 or 5 reality shows, and she was like, no, 3. And they was like, I think it's more than that, because they was like, we know him from The Perfect Match. And she's like, bruh, like I need a lot of drinks, because like this too much. So we go back to Sean and Nikki's wedding, and remember they haven't met yet. And I do like that he came out and he spoke to, her family, and he went over there and he meets her mom, and he's like, who are you? Like, who do I have a pleasure of meeting? And she's like, I'm Nikki's mom. And he's like, oh, so what can I call you? Like, what should I call you? And she's like, mother-in-law, and everybody's laughing and everything, but I think he just meant like, what's your name? But I mean, true. So he laughs it off or whatever, and everybody's having a good time. They was all laughing, and that he addressed his family, like, saying hey to everybody. And I hated his outfit. Like, I hated this suit. It's so gaudy. It just makes him look older. Like, why not put on something like in some of the pictures that I've seen for the show, like, that show the cast, he has on like a nice suit and everything, looks really nice. Like today he just looks so kind of raggedy, and also I think the wedding looks kind of cheap compared to the other weddings. I don't know, it just did not look, it just looked just thrown together. I don't know, it wasn't cute to me. So poor Sean is standing up there waiting for his bride to be, and they when they say your bride has arrived, they turn around to face the bride, which I think is pretty cool. That's kind of cute, to do for a show. So he's sitting there waiting, and here comes Nikki for the reveal.
Your bride has arrived.
Oh my God.
She's so beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
What am I supposed to do? Stand here and wait for my group?
Yeah, that's embarrassing. She really sat there and said, what am I supposed to do? Stand here and wait for my groom? Like, she don't know that that's her groom. Like, come on. She's playing dumb at this point. Because, like, he's standing there waiting for you. I'm sure they told you how the show goes, even if you never watched it before, which she probably has, because that's why she ended up on here or whatever. But why would you, like, that's embarrassing. Like, that's embarrassing. You don't have to like him, but you don't have to be rude. So I guess, money really can't buy you class, because I thought that was so classless. I thought that was so rude. He spoke to her. He said hi, and she's turning around saying hi to everybody but him. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to be nasty, you don't have to be rude, and to say something like that. And he, at that point, definitely knows that she's not interested, and or not attracted. And he's just very nice about it. He's telling her to breathe. He's telling to speak to her, and then like you can't have manners and speak. And if you don't like him that much, then just don't go through with it. Nobody can like make you go through with it. So I just felt like she was just very rude. And one, she's not no spring chicken herself. She's a beautiful woman, but don't act like you so high up on the totem pole and he's like so beneath you. He may not be your type. He's not your cup of tea. That's fine. I just don't like when people be rude like that, and especially in front of everybody in on national TV, girl. Like, girl. But I will say they played in her face. They didn't give her what she was looking for and everything. But then I wouldn't be going through with it if it's somebody that I really am not attracted to, or not even a little bit. I'm not going through with it. I don't know about y'all. I'll be like, this will be the first time a bride said no, thank you. I don't know though. Has any other shows done that? Like, have any other prior seasons? Has anybody said no, thank you? It walked away, like, and just did not go through with the the marriage. Like, let me know down in the comments, because this was so tacky.
Nikki,
Yes.
meet for the very first time your husband to be, Sean.
Hi, Nikki. Nikki with the dimples. You breathing?
And that's how it ended. I was so shocked. Like, that is so rude. It's so awkward. Like, what in the hell? I was like, what in the entire fuck? I was like, speak. Like, like, Lord, girl, that's so rude. I don't know. How do y'all feel? Let me know down in the comments how y'all feel. But anyway, that's how it ended. I'm going, we're going to go on to episode 3. That's it for today's discussion. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment down below and let's keep the conversation going. And if you enjoy hanging out with me, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next movie or TV chat. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, every great story deserves a great conversation. Until next time, bye!